there is no doubt that compassion that translates into action brings divine or godly hope. Yes, a simple act of compassion from your side or mine can actually be life-changing for the recipient that's really in a desperate place. It can bring them a sense of hope and life, and that life can be better in the future. And I believe that comes from God's heart. That's a gift we can give to somebody. Our compassionate action can bring hope. Now, obviously, there's challenges to compassion. And one of the first challenges is that we've got to take the concept of compassion beyond a notion or a noble idea or even just a feeling. It must be acted upon. That's where compassion becomes hope-giving. It doesn't happen when we just talk about it. It becomes helpful when it's acted upon. But of course, there's challenges. And one of the challenges is that we've got too many needs around us sometimes, and we feel overwhelmed. At every traffic light where you stop, somebody's asking for money. When you step into a shopping center or a public place, there's people that hold up placards. Help me, this is my need, this is my problem. And unfortunately, that's part of our modern world, but it can make us callous. Meaning just that after the 10th time that you've seen somebody standing at a traffic light with a sign around their neck, you don't even take note anymore. You don't read it because you've seen it all. And then there's another challenge, and that's that we can become very opinionated and we can become self-centered and hard-hearted and maybe even angry sometimes in life because of things that happen to us, and we lose our cutting edge of compassion. And last but not the least, we can really fall into the religious mindset where it becomes legalistic and you expect of others what you and I would maybe never be able to do ourselves or keep to. And thus we become judgmental. When we see other people that are in need, we think, yeah, but you could just do that, or why don't you do this? And we expect of them with a religious mindset that they got to kind of pull themselves up by their bootstraps and draw from God, and it becomes easy to live outside of the pain and need of others. Well, today I want to land this with you. Let's take our cue when it comes to compassion from God. Let's look at God who looked at us. That's part of a sin-sick world, a world full of failure and mishaps. And in spite of that, God didn't blame, He didn't judge, He took action. And He sent His Son to die in our place, saving our lives by an act of incredible compassion. And I believe it's when we look at that, above all the everyday needs and whether people deserve to be receiving our compassion or not, and we see what God had done for us, that it unlocks in us again compassion for others. And it's a divine compassion. And it simply says, do unto others, not just what you want done to yourself, but as God would have you do to them. And just as you and I received compassion from Him, undeserved, let's give the same. Let's give to people not what they deserve, but what grace would afford them. Help, a smile, friendliness. Maybe it is money here or a loaf of bread there, but let's be taking action in terms of compassion. And let us not allow our hearts to become callous. And most of all, let mercy triumph over judgment, because that's godly. That's what God does for us. Let's do the same for others and bring hope in our world by compassion, acted out in everyday life. May God strengthen you and help you to be compassionate and bring hope to people around you. Remember, God is with you. Emmanuel. Have a great day. Share this with others as well, please.